Hey guys, I finally got a tutorial up of my makeup. I had a good time making it. I thought it was pretty fun. So I know it's a lot of steps. It's a lot of stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Comment or share. If you like it, share it please. Like I said, I do my makeup for oily skin and I do like a full face makeup. So keep that in mind when you watch this video. If those two things pertain to you, then you're probably gonna like it. Like I said, if you guys want to see something else, then let me know, comment, and I guess we'll see how it goes. Thanks. Hey guys, let's jump right in. This is the Rock Under Eye Cream that I talked about in the products that I use. It is what I use for the dark circles and the puffiness. I'm just going to dab that under my eye. I'm not going to rub it. I'm just going to dab it in and let it sit. It's a cream, so it will absorb and it gives you a beautiful finish underneath. Next, I'm going to go in with the Step 1 Skin Equalizer from Makeup Forever. This is a matte product, and I massage that all into my T-zone. It's kind of like a gel, and it feels weird at first, but it absorbs, and it really does leave your skin very, very matte. Next, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Smoothing Primer. And I'm going to apply that everywhere that I did not apply the matte Makeup Forever primer. I just kind of rub that in really well on my cheeks, outer chin, forehead, and make sure that it's super smooth. Then we're going to go in with the Matte and Poreless Maybelline foundation. This is the one I talked about for normal to oily skin, and I'm going to use a foundation brush. This one is from Target. I cannot remember the brand off the top of my head, but it is better than the professional ones that I have used, and it is super cheap, and it leaves this foundation so smooth. You can also use the Beauty Blender, but this is another way that I like to apply this foundation. Next, we're just going to go in with the NYX Color Correcting Palette. I'm going to go in with that melon color and just put that under my eyes where those dark spots are and blend that in with my finger. I figured the way that you get a smooth finish that I've seen so far is I can just blend it in with my finger, and it works really well. This product does crease a little bit, so blend it in very well. Next, I'm going to go in with the Naked Urban Decay concealer, and this is the fairest one that they have. I know it looks super crazy and it's super heavy, but if you blend it in correctly, it comes out so beautiful. It's so smooth, it's so thin, but it's full coverage. It's my favorite concealer right now. So go in with that Beauty Blender, dampen it, wring it out, towel blot it just a little bit, and work that product in. It takes way longer than what I did for this video. I had to cut it down, but just work it, and it will leave it so beautiful and smooth and flawless. I do take that on my lid as well to kind of give it a little bit of a primer or a base for my eyeshadow. Then I'm going to go in with the Cover FX powder. This is a matte powder, and I'm just going to work that into my skin. Work that into anywhere I get oily. Since it is matte, it's going to combat the oiliness. I've used it for a long time, and it is one of my favorite loose powders. Then we're going to go in with the Laura Mercier, and I'm just going to bake under my eyes. I'm going to use a lot of product just because I get creases really bad. I'm going to let it sit about 5 to 10 minutes and then wipe it away. But if you let it sit a little bit, it will cancel out any of that product that's going to leave you get any creasing or anything like that. Then I'm going to go in with the MAC Gimme Sun bronzer. I'm going to work that into my cheeks. This is just a really big fluffy brush. It's one of my favorite ways to apply it. I don't know where I got this brush. It's also drugstore. It's just a really big fat fluffy one. I'm going to work that into my temples, cheekbones, cheeks, and just blend it really well. Blend it down into my neck just to make sure that the base matches the neck. And then we're going to go in with the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I'm going to wipe away any excess. I'm going to put that on the cheekbones. Here I'm just showing you how to find the hollows of your cheek. So if you just find your cheekbone and go under that just a tiny bit, you'll find a hollow spot, and that is where you want to contour. So this brush is just a flat brush. I just work it under that cheekbone where that hollow spot is, and then I will blend it out. I also work that into my temple as well, and then I'll go back with that bronzing brush and blend, blend, blend. So there's me just working that into the temple. I also use a big fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I will contour my nose a little bit with that same product. It's a great product. It's sort of ashy, so it doesn't leave you looking super harsh as far as a contour. Then we're going to go in with the brows. This is the Smashbox brow powder and taupe and the Anastasia Brow Wiz and chocolate, and I really focus on that point and the tail of my brow, that arch part, and the tail is what I make the darkest, and then I will take the lighter color and focus that on my inner corner. I feel like that leaves your brow looking more natural. If you notice, when you don't have makeup on, the brow is a little bit lighter on the inside, and so I like to make it look as natural as possible. And then I'll work that darker powder into everywhere else except for that inner corner, and just make sure that it's very blended and you have a really straight, crisp, nice line for a brow. And then we're going to go in with the clear brow gel from Anastasia, and that is kind of how I smooth it and blend it and take care of any of those wispy, stray, crazy hairs. Let that dry, and then we'll wipe away that powder, that Laura Mercier powder. Make sure that that is all wiped away, because I've actually left it on my face on accident before. So then I'm going to go in with the MAC blush. This is the color, I think, Berry. No, Breezy. I'm sorry, Breezy. Go in with that, and that is just a regular blush brush, and I work that into my cheekbones. This is actually a new product I picked up. This is the Master Strobing Stick from Maybelline. It's Illuminator, and I just use that as my base to put my highlighter on. I'm just going to dab it straight from the little package it comes in, and then I'm going to put my highlighter over it with a fan brush, and it works really well. Gives you a really beautiful highlight. This is the Mary Lou Luminizer from The Balm, and it's just a pearl type highlighter, and then I go back in with Jaclyn Hill's palette, the Champagne Pop and the Prosecco Pop, and I just put that on top of it. I was feeling like a really intense highlight today, so I went in with all three of those, and I feel like it came out really pretty. So next we are going to go in with the Morphe palette. This is my favorite palette. It's got a lot of warm tones in it. I'm going to pick up that orange kind of color, and that is going to be our transition shade to lay down before we go in with any dark colors. A transition shade is really important because it helps you blend that eyeshadow. You don't want to have just a really hard line as eyeshadow. You want everything to be really smooth and blended. So I go in with that, and then I go in with a metallic shade from the Metallic palette that I talked about in my favorite products, and I usually just apply that on my lid with my fingertip. I feel like you can get the most pigment that I've ever seen on your fingertip than you can from a brush. You can also use a very dense brush and put some Fix Plus on it and try that, but the fingertip has been the very best way to apply these metallic shadows. I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to blend that out. And then I'm going to go in and with this darker shade and go right under that transition shade just to kind of give it some depth. I do that on both sides, and then I will go back in with the original transition shade and blend that out. And you'll see me do that here in just a second. So once we get that finished, I'm going to go in with my winged liner. This is the Maybelline Blackest Black Stiletto Collection Liner. This is also a matte liner. I know y'all are so tired of hearing me say everything is matte, but I love matte products. That's what I tend to gravitate towards, and that's what I like on my face. So basically what I do is I work pretty much backwards. I'll focus on the wing part first, and then I will work my way back into the actual liner that goes on the lid. So I focus that line up to the tip of my brow, and then I will just work it, like I said, backwards. You can see me doing that here. There's no easy way to explain this at all. It's just, it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice, and you have to perfect it to your eye shape. So I feel like everybody's wing that I watch, they do it different, and I think it's because they just found what works for them, the product and the shape of their wing. And so Mine's kind of long and skinny, but I have really wide eyes, so I like to kind of elongate my eyes by doing a long, skinny wing. And then my product is kind of going empty, so I'm kind of having to work extra hard to get it. But make sure you fill in any blank spots. I've noticed with this liner, sometimes it'll skip a little bit. I still love it, but just make sure you fill in all those blank spots. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to darken up that outer corner, going back with my transition shade. Again, you're going to see me use this blending brush a million times because anytime I touch my lid with a shade, I go back in with this blending brush and I blend it out. I love a blended look for eyeshadow. I do not like harsh lines whatsoever, so I will blend, blend, blend over and over. This is a flat liner brush. I'm going to go in and kind of fake it like I've got eyeliner on, but I'm using like a really dark brown shadow. And then we're going to, guess what, blend again. Going back with that transition shade where I put that dark line, blending that bottom lash line out. Blend, blend, blend. No harsh lines, and then it really gives you a really smoky effect when you do that bottom lash line as well, I've noticed. So going in with a little bit of eyeliner, not much. I'm lining that waterline just to make sure that that white part of your eye doesn't just pop out at you. I kind of want it to all flow together. So then I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Telescopic Blackest Black Mascara. I did not film this very well because I feel like everyone knows how to put on mascara, right? I did not put on false lashes for this look. Sometimes I do if I'm going out. You can. I feel like it looks really pretty, but I did not today. Then I'm going to go in with MAC Shroom. It is a great highlighter for the brow and the inner corner, and I'm just going to work that in. It kind of gives it like a white kind of pearl iridescent kind of look, and I love the way that it looks for a highlighter for the brow bone. Next, I'm going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick. These are matte finishes. When you put them on, they do not feel matte at first. They are super creamy, super rich, and super easy to apply. And then they turn matte and they do not budge all day. If you're looking for a lipstick to stay on your face all day, this is your lipstick because I wore it for like 12 hours and it did not move. It's wonderful. And then I'm going to go with the Urban Decay All Night Makeup Setting Spray. Do about 5 shots on my face, and this stuff is my favorite. I've used it and then I forgot to use it, and I can definitely tell the difference. So this is the finished makeup look. I really love this look. I feel like I wear it a lot. It is like a day or nighttime makeup look to me. If you guys are interested in anything that I mentioned, or you have questions about the products, or you want to see the brushes or anything, just comment and let me know. Other than that, if you would share this video for me or comment and let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys